And then I want to go over about 10, maybe a secret bonus tips on how to sustain personal revival. Number 1 is stay full of the oil. And when I talk about oil, I'm talking about the oil of intimacy, the fullness of the Holy Spirit. It is so important and imperative that we stay full of the oil. I can share a testimony to ignite a fire within you, and I can give you that match and I can give you that flame. I can do that, no problem. But there's one thing I cannot do for you, and I can't sustain that flame for you. Only you can do that. And the only way to do that is for you to stay full of the oil of intimacy. And there's only one way to stay full of the oil. There's no impartation that's going to give you the oil. There's no how-to book. There's no travel and be in this environment and you're going to get this. There's literally only one way to get the oil, and it's the most costly thing that we have. It's our most costly resource, and it's time. Time that you spend alone in the presence of Jesus is the only way you can get the oil. And, we can spread the fire, we can give the fire, we can, do all that. But to sustain the flame, it really comes down to making sure that we stay full of the oil. Matthew 25, the story of the 5 wise virgins and the 5 unwise virgins. They're getting ready to step into this epic feast with the bridegroom. And 5 come with extra oil and they're prepared. But the 5 unwise virgins, it's nighttime, the hour is coming, he's coming, and they're getting ready to go, and they're realizing they're not going to have enough oil to step into their moment of destiny. And so they ask their friends, hey, can we borrow some of your oil? And this is a really huge lesson for each one of us. The wise virgins said something that's very hard for us to say. They said the word no. We need to learn how to say the word no so that we can say yes to the one thing. And there's going to be times where everything's going to come against us. Everything's going to try to pull from us, even take our oil. But there's going to be moments where we have to say no to other things and other people so we can say yes to the one thing, to Jesus. And so they said no. They stewarded that oil. They paid a price for that oil. There's no way they were going to miss their moment of destiny. And so they were able to step in to the feast with the bridegroom. The doors shut. The 5 unwise virgins came back later and they were not allowed in. And actually the bridegroom said, I don't even know you. So I don't want to be a person that at the end of the day maybe does all this cool revival stuff. But Jesus says, I don't even know you. I want to know him. I want everything from my life to flow from an overabundance. I want all fruitfulness to flow from the intimacy I have with Jesus. That's John 15. And do you know that if we steward the little oil we have, we can be used to bring an outpouring of oil, an outpouring of the Holy Spirit to our region. Just look up 2 Kings chapter 4, the widow and the multiplication of oil. It's an incredible story, but she stewarded when everything else was lost, when she was about to lose her kids even, to be taken into slavery, when her husband had been gone, and when famine had come and she doesn't even have anything in her house. The one thing she fought for to the end was her oil, and God multiplied that oil and used this woman's devotion to stewarding the oil to bring an outpouring of oil to her region, which is incredible.